What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. Well, folks, it's another day of Disney getting its ass kicked in everything it does, even in the polls right here. Shout out to WDW Pro on that Park Place. Poll shows Disney dislike reaches dangerous levels. Consumer approval is crashing from Mickey Mouse. Yeah. So even in polls, people are like, nah, we're not rocking with Disney anymore. And it's not surprising. Like, you're not surprised by the dislike of Disney, especially if you go to like one of these trailers that they put out and you see like the dislike button. Okay. The dislike button tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, so look at this, 7.3 million views, only 137,000 upvotes to 376,000 downvotes. And this is supposed to be one of the big films of the year for Disney. But this is where we're at with it at this point. Disney is a disaster. Disney is falling on hard times, all under the stewardship of Bob Iger, mind you, okay? There's some cats out there that think that Bob Iger is the savior. He's the greatest CEO to ever walk the face of the earth. Yeah, we see an opposite right now going on, don't we? All right? Bob Iger's getting his ass kicked even in the polls. Imagine what would have happened if Bob Iger, ran for some sort of office. All right? This is probably what the polls would have looked like for Bob Iger as well. This is his company. He's running this shit. All right? And he's running it into the dirt. But yeah, let's see what Pro is talking about. So Rasmussen Reports has a reputation of accuracy and is reporting consumer reaction to the Walt Disney Company that has some gasping in surprise. If you think our modern political candidates are devices or perceived as such, they're still not on par with where Disney has placed itself by weighing in on controversies. Perhaps that not-so-secret agenda was a bad idea after all. Yeah, that's the crazy thing when you think about where Disney was, okay? Where the Walt Disney Company was. If you grew up in my generation, all right, Gen X, on the come up, on our way up, it was okay. Disney was safe. Disney wasn't the cool kids stuff. Hey, man, we got to be the cool kids. Like, you go to Disneyland, people will be like, man, don't go to Disneyland. Go to Six Flags. Six Flags is where it's at. We went to Magic Mountain back in the day. That's where we went to. You don't go to Disney. Disney's for kids and for grandmas and for families. That's what Disney was. So you go to Disneyland, yeah, that's just to hang out with the family. That's not to get in with your friends and have a good time. At least for us, okay? I don't know how other cats rocked, but for my group and the cats that I rolled with, nah, we going to Six Flags, maybe Knott's, maybe Universal Studios. We as sure as hell ain't going to no Disneyland unless we hanging out with the family. That's pretty much it. And that continued even into my young adulthood, because where did I want to take my children when I was, all right, I finally got some little wee ones, all right, got some little Rugrats. Where I want to take them? Do I want to take them to Six Flags? Hell no. There's Six Flags a fight every weekend, man. I ain't taking my kids there. We going to Disneyland, all right? Disneyland is perfectly safe, all right? We're going to get on It's a Small World. We're going to get on Snow White. We're going to have that kind of fun. All right, we're not going to be out there trying to put like a little 5-year-old on the Colossus or some shit, right? We're not doing that. We're going to put them on these nice little safe rides, and that's it. And I had like Disney passes and everything. Disneyland was about family. Do you associate Disney with family anymore? No, you don't. All right. You associate Disney with woke ideology, with men in dresses trying to get your little girl. Hey, come on in here, little girl, like evil. That's what you associate Disney with right now. And the polls are proving it. So let's see what they're talking about here. So here's the latest Rasmussen polling on Disney. The firm found that the Walt Disney Company had an astounding 40% of respondents rate as an unfavorable company. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder if it has anything to do with what Pro was saying, the not at all secret gay agenda. Like, it's a family company. Do you not understand your roots, Disney? Bob Iger, do you not understand the roots of this company? Yeah, there's places where people want to do all of that kind of wild and crazy shit. It's not Disney. Disney's supposed to be for families. It's supposed to be a place where everybody comes together, the heart of America, like that kind of stuff, right? You're not bringing in all kind of bullshit from the outside world. It's supposed to be safe. It's the happiest place on earth. And they don't seem to understand that. Now, he says this poll was taken in 2023. Today, as the Disney stock is hammered due to crashing box office and theme park demand, Rasmussen has found the unfavorability of Disney has actually increased to 45%. That would be atrocious for a politician. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob wanted to be a politician. That would be atrocious for you, Bob. This is the company you running. This is what people would have said about him. But for a company that's intended to generate content families feel safe for children, it's catastrophic. You might consider, for example, that if a fast food restaurant had even a 10% unfavorable rating, it would correlate to a significant decrease in sales. But for a company that's essentially a family entertainment corporation, having such a high unfavorable rating monumentally more challenging to address. Yeah, so again, this is, and Pro is right, of course. You know, they're supposed to be generating content for families, all right? They're not supposed to be making risque, you know, out there shit, you know, and trying to push that on kids. That's not what people are coming to Disney for. You know, when we was coming up again, Disney, it was like, hey, man, we going to a Disney movie. Man, it's going to be whack. It's going to be boring. It's going to be for the kids, you know. You might go if you had like some little kids in your family and it's like, hey, we're going to see something for the kids this time. Get your ass in the car. We're going to go see, you know, whatever, you know, some Disney movie. I'm trying to remember one that I might have seen. My brother was 8 years younger than me. I was trying to think, like, what did we see that was Disney related? I can't think of anything right now, but like, yeah, we used to do that. Get in the car. We're going to see something for the kid. All right. Your brother gets to go and you got to go with him, all right? And that was it. So, but that's what Disney used to be. Yeah, and it gets worse, all right? According to Rasmussen, Disney's favorability is not even in positive territory any longer. And despite Disney wading into very divisive topics with confidence of its moral superiority, the company now has a lower favorability than former President Donald Trump, all right? So here's the poll that Pro is talking about and the results. I'm going to go ahead and click on a little zoom in of this, all right? So here's the zoom in favorability comparison. I guess this guy over here, I don't know if he was the guy like running it or whatever, but yeah, he kind of looked shocked his damn self. Like, what the hell happened? All right. But here we go. All right. Like the categories are very favorable, somewhat favorable, not sure, somewhat unfavorable, very unfavorable. And then what they do is they just kind of total them up down here at the bottom. So look at the people that they comparing them with. All right. So we got Trump. We got Marjorie Taylor Greene, we got Disney, we got Joe Biden, we got Chuck Schumer, and then we got Mitch McConnell. And I guess, yeah, just to make sure that people understand it's not necessarily partisan, you got Mitch McConnell right here, all right, getting a very unfavorable rating, you know, as compared to the rest of the folks over here. Biden is in here. Disney is in here. I mean, Disney is more favorable than Biden, which is, you know, kind of suspicious, you know. But yeah, overall, like, yeah, you can see right now, they total them up down here at the bottom. Total favorable, total unfavorable. And then the not sure, they just kind of say, well, we don't know what they would have thought. They didn't give us an answer on that. So you got people that basically said, yeah, Trump is more favorable, you know, overall than Disney. And then if you were to take the not sures and they say, okay, well, the not sure people, you just put them in. We don't have an answer to whether you're favorable or unfavorable. We're just kind of neutral. Then that kind of just says, well, you can push that either direction. Maybe they just didn't want to answer. You know, like, hey, what do you think about Disney? Ah, man, you guys are probably going to use this on some side of a poll, and then you're going to have YouTubers talking about it. And now I'm just going to say not sure or whatever, because I don't want to sound like I'm biased. But, I mean, ultimately, yeah, now you got like 9%, all right? Almost 10% of people don't know what to think about Disney. Imagine that going back in the day. If you said, hey, give me this favorable or unfavorable and all of this stuff going way, way back in the day for Disney, man, this shit would have been probably in the upper 70s, 80% in terms of favorability. I mean, Disney was a highly favorable company. People loved Disney. And I guarantee you, you go back like maybe what, 5 years? You go back to 2019 when Disney had not 5 movies. How many movies? Like 6 or 7 films, right? 6 or 7 films that cracked $1 billion in 2019. Hold on a second. Yeah, so here we go. 2019 worldwide box office, right? All right. And then there's 9 movies that made $1 billion that year. 9. And of the 9 movies, you know, you got Avengers Endgame, that's 1. Lion King, that's 2. Frozen 3, or Frozen 2, number 3. Spider-Man Far From Home, I guess you could say that's Sony. All right, so that don't count. Captain Marvel 4. The Joker, that's by Warner Brothers, so that don't count. And then Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker 5. Toy Story 4, 6. Aladdin 7. So you have 7 of the top 9 films from Disney. Disney was highly favored, okay? Blessed and highly favored was Disney. They were making all the money. They were cleaning house. And this is, again, just 5 years ago, folks. Not a long stretch of time. Look how far Disney has fallen in 5 years. In 5 years, the sequel to this thing is getting dog walked, all right? Or the prequel, I guess. You know, in terms of the up and down votes, all right? 376,000 downvotes. That's what we're talking about for this Mufasa trailer. 376,000 downvotes is getting ratioed into absolute oblivion. Then you go over here to the Acolyte, all right? The next Star Wars thing. 128,000 downvotes to only 67,000 upvotes. Look at this. It's like 5.8 million views. I mean, this thing is getting destroyed. Yeah, and we were talking about this on the DA's office, all right? Disney detonates 4 bombs at Deadline's 2023 Most Valuable Blockbuster Tournament. Yeah, so out of all the movies that came out last year, Disney had 4 of the biggest bombs. Of the 5 bombs they listed, Disney had 4 of them. So look, folks, we went from 2019, where Disney had 7 movies crack $1 billion. We went from that to 2023, where no Disney movie cracked $1 billion. All right, not one. And they had 4 of the top 5, or the bottom 5, I guess you could say, box office bombs. That's basically where we're at right now with Disney. That's where Disney is. They are at the bottom of the heap. So yeah, when you look at this unfavorability stuff, this favorability comparison makes sense, don't it? So yeah, nobody's rocking with these movies. You know, we're tired of the ideological nonsense, tired of the woke agenda getting pushed on our kids. People are sick of that. Go back to what you were used to do, Disney, where it was family, where it was good entertainment for the whole family, wholesome. All right, that was your bread and butter. You were never what it is you're trying to do now. All right, your bread and butter was focusing on families, you know, focusing on kids. That's basically where they were. So yeah, not surprising whatsoever. Yeah, the survey all arrives as Disney stock tumbled more than 10% at times during trading on Tuesday during an earnings call in which Bob Iger was finally free of the pesky Nelson Peltz and his attempts to get a seat on the Disney board. Clearly, things did not go well, and perhaps even more clearly, the survey results found by Rasmussen seems to have paralleled findings in the market at large. Yeah, Disney ain't what it was. Disney is not where it was. Yeah, stock had traded all the way down on Tuesday as low as $104. It's just bad, man. It's just bad. They're not making money. They're not doing things that Disney used to do. Disney used to be the kingpins. They used to be the kingpins and all of this entertainment stuff. Everybody trusted Disney, you know, for a while. And then, you know, slowly but surely, they started hiring a whole lot of woke morons, all right, to come in there and just absolutely run the company into the ground. And Bob Iger, unfortunately, this guy is just not the guy that everybody thinks he is. Everybody thinks Bob Iger was coming back to save this company, you know, riding in on the white horse like the conquering hero. Nah, Bob Iger is just, he is the problem. He is the problem. And what he did in the 2000s was he was good at acquiring properties. He was good at buying Star Wars. He was good at buying Marvel. But what he's done with both of those properties, as you can see, is disastrous. He's ran them into just into the dirt, into an early grave. And so, yeah, there's no saving Disney at this point. I think at this point, what you got to do with Disney is you got to clean house. There's no saving this company under the stewardship of Bob Iger. Anyway, folks, you guys let me know what y'all think about this situation. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.